Hey, everybody. OGG back in the arena. How's it going? Coming at you with another deck tech today. This is Mono Green Ozolith. So, obviously, it's based around the Ozolith. Got to have counters to make the Ozolith work, and that's where good old Stone Coil Serpent comes in. Not only is he full of counters, um, he helps me against rogues, which are still running rampant everywhere. Swarm Shambler has counters, can get more counters, replaces himself. Actually, little sweet piece of tech here. If he dies with an Ozolith out from a spell, and the 1/1 counter goes on the Ozolith, and he makes a 1/1, really, they're kind of giving you a 2/2. So you're trading your 1/1 for a 2/2 if you have an Ozolith out. Kind of a some little thing to keep in mind. One Inscription of Abundance puts counters on. Decent piece of removal. It's only a one of. I do not have a ton of wild cards. And really it probably should be a higher. In all reality, you could probably get rid of some of the other cards. We'll see after some gameplay. We'll talk about how I feel about what number this should be. 4 Scavenging Ooze obviously gets counters on it, and really deals with rogues and Rakdos Graveyard and all those decks. Wildborn Preserver, once again, I only have a one of. He's really not great having 2 of them out because, you can only get like 1 set of counters on 1 at a time. But probably should be more than a one of. But once again, not willing to spend a wild card here. Even though it is probably a good card. 2 Hydra's Growth is hilarious. Like a 2-mana Stone Coil, if they're only playing multicolored, and I think they can't deal with Stone Coil, like a 2-mana 2/2 Stone Coil gets crazy big, crazy fast with Hydra's Growth. Invigorating Surge. This is my super cute tech to win out of nowhere. Doubling the number of counters on an unblocked creature. Nobody is expecting this card. And I mean nobody. So it would be hilarious, I think, if I had a Yorvo and, I swing with the Yorvo and then I Invigorating Surge and all of a sudden Yorvo's a 10/10 and they thought they were just letting through a 4/4. Kind of a cool thing. The first Auroran games makes a dude, maybe draws me some cards, creates a random gold token, which is not really here nor there in this deck, but does put 3 counters on a creature. Crystalline Giant gets a ton of counters. Remember, all counters move to the Ozolith, not just +1/+1 counters. Here are my main win conditions in all reality. Angurius mutated onto a Yorvo or mutated onto a Stone Coil really just makes this guy huge and can just really start dealing a load of damage. Same thing if I have an Ozolith out, a Questing Beast, really just out of nowhere, they can be like, well, I board wiped him and, I'll deal with his next threat next turn. And if I have 5-6 counters on Ozolith, putting them all on Questing Beast and having him have haste is a sweet turn. 3 Crawling Barons. It does get counters. Not sure if this deck really needs 3 Crawling Barons, but since it's monocolored, I can squeeze them in. So why not? 4 Castle Garenbrig for, I don't know. I don't know if I ever need ramp. I mean, I'm capping out at a 4-mana card. And 17 Forest for a total of 24 land. Honestly, I might be able to drop this to 23 land, squeeze an extra copy of Wildborn Preserver or Inscription of Abundance. But like I said, we're going to have to wait and see after some gameplay, where I feel like we should cut cards or add cards. 4 Yorvo probably is the right number. But, the legendary rule with him isn't bad if you have an Ozolith out. So, like, let's say turn 3 Yorvo and you have an Ozolith. turn 4, the second Yorvo dies, but puts all the counters on the Ozolith, and then when you move to combat, puts them back on the other Yorvo. So it's all of a sudden you're swinging with an 8/8 Yorvo. I just don't know if green is, throwing away Yorvo is worth it, but it maybe could be. So I'm not 100% sure about that. The exact numbers of cards here. Honestly, Crystalline Giant, we'll see how he does. He's a cute card. I'm not sure how he's going to do, though. But yeah, obviously I'm on a little bit of an Ozolith kick. So if you can think of any other Ozolith decks you would like to see, feel free to mention them in the comments. And if you like the content or have any questions, give me a like, give me a sub, and I'll see you on the other side. OGG, out!